Welcome. Today we're talking with Dan King, Managing Partner at the Patriot Group, and Thomas Barry, Partner and Chief Technology Officer, also with the Patriot Group. Dan and Thomas, welcome, and thank you for joining us at Credit Union Digest.
Thanks, Larry.
Wonderful.
Good to be here.
Thank you for having us.
Great. Okay, Dan, let's get started. As you know, delinquency is a lagging indicator of household or business financial stress. What is your advice as to the steps credit unions can take to position themselves to be ahead of that curve?
I think it's really important at this time to look into the data in your portfolio. You get indicators that would indicate changes in payment patterns. Maybe if you're seeing a change in how people are, maybe they were using auto pay and you've got an increase in people canceling their auto pay, that would be an indicator that you would look at. External factors such as increase in auto repossessions like we've had this last year, 30-40% increase in repos, consumer debt levels at pre-pandemic levels, delinquencies on the rise. Those are all indications that there's something in the air and you should have that on your radar. You already know probably within your portfolio what the at-risk segments are going to be. Dig into those portfolios as well and look at the data that you have available. Another very effective mean would be to launch a wellness campaign or customer contact program using low-cost email or text platforms such as one that we offer, and looking at your forecast skills. You've got a team of analysts that can forecast your losses. It's time to put the screws on them and make sure that you have an exact path for how you're going to attack your increased delinquencies.
Great. Thank you, Dan. So now, at this point, some credit union portfolios may already be experiencing increased delinquency levels. If that is the case, what are you advising clients?
Well, in addition to the steps that I've mentioned above, you need to look at your current collection program. I know in some situations, there's an emphasis on front end originations and maybe customer and member satisfaction. But at this point in time, you're going to need to put some process in place to make sure that you have the back end, the collections and recovery, make sure it's robust. And that might include increasing your internal staff to focus on solely collections. But if that's not a possibility, then there are options with third-party agencies who can act in a third-party capacity as a collection agency, or first-party capacity, acting as a credit union member on your behalf, and both are very effective. And that gives you the opportunity as well to flex as you see an increase in volumes, not having to put too much pressure on your call centers or contact centers, because they're already equipped to do that. They can be there to accept any increase in volume through your IVR if you set it up that way. So you're not adding an additional budget line because they typically work on a contingency. So that's a really important note. You're not paying anything up front for them. It's contingency based, and it gives you that flexible option to handle these increased volumes.
Great, Dan, thank you. So Thomas, let's switch over to you. So what are the advantages of engaging external third-party firms to supplement the credit union's call center resources?
Sure. So utilizing third-party firms to supplement call center resources provides a lot of benefits because you're utilizing an organization that has economies of scale relative to contacting consumers. So that allows them to be able to quickly ramp up and down staff as needed without having the risks of hiring too many staff or having to go through recruitment fees, and then having the potential risk of needing to then lay them off as your sort of inventory will adjust in terms of volume. So they have that ability to quickly do that without any risk to you, and ultimately less risk of anyone being laid off. They also have strong management skills and expertise to ensure customer satisfaction. And they have technology in place so that they can be a true contact center and not only a call center. They can utilize text, email, chat, inbound and outbound calling. And they have the right management in place to ensure that they're utilizing the correct technology with the correct consumer to optimize customer satisfaction and ultimately performance as well.
Great, Thomas, thank you. So Continuing along that line, so when using external resources, how can the credit unions gain insights into the member's experience?
Sure. So if you're utilizing that external resource for contact centers, they already have in place all the technology necessary to monitor all their inbound and outbound contact metrics, whether that be from calls, text, email, chat. And they have those reports ready to go that are easy to digest and understand. It helps give you a better picture of your portfolio. And then ever since the COVID pandemic, we've seen this big influx in work from home agents, both internal and external.
Mm-hmm.
And in both cases, there's concerns about ensuring compliance, as well as agent performance. And we have seen great rewards ultimately from utilizing a workspace monitoring tool that can ensure, utilizing AI, that agents have a clean desk, that they don't have phones or notepads there where they can take down sensitive information. It also makes sure that they're actively engaged with your customers when they're on the phone with them. And so utilizing AI in sort of a remote capacity is a great way of ensuring that you're not just looking at raw numbers of how many calls or contacts are being made, but also ensuring that there's actual quality engagement so that your customers see the ultimate benefit.
Great. Thank you. So Dan and Thomas, thank you for spending time with Credit Union Digest. Your insights on how credit union leaders can plan, monitor, and take action on changes to their portfolio delinquency levels, I am sure will be very helpful. Again, thank you.
Absolute
You're
pleasure.
welcome.
Thank you.
Happy.
Good. So in closing, thank you for joining Credit Union Digest. If you have additional questions for Dan or Thomas, please see the links in their bios.